Hi, it's Nema with Jurasi LLP. We're here to talk about table funding. It's a term that I hear thrown around a lot, but oftentimes misused, and we'll talk about that. So what is table funding? Table funding has a strict meaning from my perspective. That is when there is an originating lender, and that person is borrower facing, and that person is named in the note and the mortgage as the lender. So let's call that party originating company. So the lender in the transaction's originating company, and they're named in both the note and the mortgage. And then at the closing table, they execute an assignment of the mortgage, and they assign the loan to the table funding party. That's the party who's actually funding the closing transaction. And so the originating lender is named in the loan documents, they sign an assignment, and that assignment of the mortgage gets recorded at the exact same time as the mortgage. So what happens is when the transaction closes, it ends up closing in the name of the table funding party through an assignment. And that is a table funded transaction. Oftentimes people will say, well, anytime a party funds a transaction, no matter who is named as a lender in the loan documents, that's a table funded transaction. And that's just not true. So in that instance, the table funded lender is named as the lender in the note and the mortgage. And that to me is really more so of a wholesale or a broker transaction rather than a true table funded transaction. If you want to make a table funded transaction or a wholesale or a broker, we're happy to talk to you about it, make sure that we're all saying the same terminology. If you end up doing a true table funded transaction, you're going to want to think through title implications, so specifically getting an endorsement to your title policy, and an assignment endorsement specifically. And you're going to want to make sure your lender's instructions are really clear so that they know that they have to record the mortgage and then immediately record that assignment. And the last point on this one is that table funding is actually prohibited in a few states. So just make sure that you know that you can legally do it. So for example, if you're here in the great state of California, can't actually table fund a loan. So just make sure that you know what you're getting yourself into if you do choose to truly table fund a loan. Hope this was helpful.